gathering up for an A hit. Very similar pistol to when they met in the group stages, actually. At Cloud9, they're well prepared for it. They have 3 players here sitting in the A-bomb site.
Yeah, and already Stewie, he's pushed into the Palace and got a kill, so they've shut down this first split from Renegades. They've now got a man to worry about in the back lines, but he's dead. And so is everyone else. Renegades somehow pulling ahead. It's going to be Nifty grabbing 2 kills, is very apt. He was performing so well earlier, and Tarek now has to pull it all back for Cloud9, but he's dinked. And while he does drop the bomb, it will go no further. Azza cleans it up himself, and Renegades a quick burst onto the A-bomb site. While it did start to look a bit scary at the beginning of the round, they pulled it back into their favor. A nice couple of kills, and they'll be kicking the first round off of the grand final.
Indeed, it got a little messy at first. I mean, Cloud9 again had a very good setup. They had to lean towards the A-bomb site. They had a bit of a read on what was coming their way, but Renegades able to batter their way through all of that. Some great kills over there, particularly from Nifty, able to get them through. They will go in for the heavy UMP setup. This is something we've seen from Renegades time and time again. Whenever they've won pistol and they've gone the second round, they've favored going very SMG heavy. We're seeing Cloud9 favoring some mid-aggression in this round. You'll see both these teams do this on their CT side. They love to be assertive all across the map. Very aggressive teams in this grand final, so I expect a lot of early round fireworks, and we could be getting some here with Russian Skadoodle. So they post up top mid, but Renegades, they're being very cautious. They have an idea about this. They don't want to throw this round away, as they are just kind of spreading the map very patiently, looking for the push to come through. But Cloud9 are just kind of sitting in the holding pattern in this forward position right now. They're not necessarily looking to overreach. It'll be curious to see with Azza coming through underpass and the top mid if they could kind of crunch this aggression, but hard to tell just yet. It's still early.
Yeah, again, this is something that both teams did so much in this previous match that these two played on Mirage as well. So I'm sure Renegades are expecting it to some extent, and they're actually not even going to go and fight it. They wrap. Nifty, the 1 AK for the team, sits towards top middle, and everyone else goes back in through ramp and palace, respectively. Nafly going for the split like he did in the pistol. And Renegades, they may be met with some top mid aggressions. This push starts to come through. Good shot from Rush. As an AK drop, they expect more, but instead Renegades burst out onto the A-bomb site. Cloud9, they're in a position where they have to be set up for retake, but with a man advantage is not the worst situation to be in, especially when Renegades don't have a lot of utility. The last smoke goes out and a good nade onto Tarek to put him down to 4 HP, but the post plants are in. Renegades still yet to turn this back into a 4-on-4, as they're still got a man down, but damage has been done across the side of Cloud9. This will weaken the attack back in for the retake here for the CT side. But Cloud9, all they need to do is time this together. They've got a flashbang to work on Skadoodle. That will go through. Good blind on JKS. And Skadoodle kicks things off. The kills are flying in for Cloud9. They're looking so good in this round, and there's not even a death. Flawless retake. Yeah,
really well done. They just waited patiently at the top of middle, and they chose the right moment to strike. They pick up a gun, they have a 5-on-4, and they just play the patience game. They just work the retake, and that's the danger of a T team that allows TTs to have mid control. You're going to have that fast rotation. You're going to be able to jump on top of the A-bomb, so heavy numbers the moment that your opponent looks to strike in. So really well played there by Cloud9. I thought it was managed pretty well by Renegades as far as like reacting and getting into A quick and at least ensuring they get a bomb plant and not losing any more numbers at middle, but they just couldn't hold off that retake. And so now we have a very scrappy beginning to the start of this game. We actually haven't had a lot of 1-1 splits in this tournament, I feel like. At least most of the games that we've commentated have usually had some type of, 3-0 pattern or something to them.
I think the previous series was a big anomaly in that sense, and the Liquid Cloud9, I think Sue was saying as well in the green room, every single pistol round ended up with the upset straight after. So that was fairly common. But no, I agree. Other than one best of 3, not at all. It's been fairly clean conversions. And Renegades, a team that's been showing this constant UMP buy that we just saw in the previous round, it's been working out. Like we looked at Optic earlier on where they pulled out the same strategy twice and going for either full UMPs or 1 rifle and 4 UMPs. And it worked out fine because Optic didn't buy armor. But Cloud9 came in a little more prepared, hence why they shut it down. And they're going to be kicking things off to a good start as well on their side. So keeping things close, as I imagine this entire matchup will be. Again, we didn't give predictions on other maps, but I assume you think this is going all the way.
I really hope so, man. I think both these teams deserve a chance to really just fight for this and slug it out all the way to the bitter end just because of how well they have both played throughout this tournament. I mean, obviously, it's Renegades who got, I guess, one of the bigger upsets in a best-of-1, I guess you could say, in this tournament, which was the win over Cloud on this very map. 16-14 in the group stage, but yeah, outside of that game, Cloud9 has played a great tournament, and Renegades have obviously been on point, riding through from the top seed.
And we're going to look to continue the 2 teams from Group A. As pistols are out for Renegades, and that's going to be it. No utility to burst them into a bomb site. So already off to a pretty terrible start with this buy, but again, they're just trying to get those rifles in as early as possible, and that should be in the next round as well.
I like that. A lot of teams, I feel like, are a little bit tempted just to keep force buying and just kind of keep it going and just repeatedly doing that until someone finally wins 2 in a row and forces the other to tap out. But Renegades don't want any of that. They want to just kind of be conservative, go ahead and take the L here, but set themselves up to buy on regular schedule.
Especially when they know that if they don't get any kills here, Cloud9 are going to walk forward with a lot of UMPs plus a scout. They're not going to have a great buy. So Renegades, assuming they get AKs into the next round, they're going to be up against a weakened Cloud9 in terms of weaponry. Because let's see, I don't think Cloud9 are going to reinvest. I think they're going to commit with the bonus here and hold on to these SMGs.
Yeah, you would imagine so, and there's definitely the money there for Renegades to go for an AK buy. I'm curious to see how they'll approach this opening gun round. Renegades is a team that can definitely play the full spectrum of CS on this map, can be very default-oriented, with JKS usually playing outside the A-bomb site and Azza kind of playing over towards apartments. NAF very active on this map compared to previous teams in middle, so they can definitely play the typical 1-3-1 mid control and mid-round from it, but they also can throw in those really fast-paced executes and be very in your face. But this round they elect to go with the default I was referring to, and again, a cool feature of this default is the fact that NAF is in middle. On previous teams, he'd normally be on the periphery of the map, so this is where he can kind of get his aim out there to help open up things for his team rather than always being the closer. And I think that's what's really helped Renegades become a better team.
And while we've got Cloud9 upgrading that AWP instead of the Scout and Skadoodle, the SMGs are still in full effect. The only issue for Renegades I'm looking at here is utility. The one smoke went down towards window at the start of the round, but post that, we only have Nafly left on this smoke. And just walking to connector, not watching their backside is going to be nifty. And he goes down to the AWP of Skadoodle. Bomb dropped, and now a little bit more controlled game from Cloud9, but they know where he is. He's got to be careful. Sticks towards a triple box, doesn't want to move through CT spawn. And again, got to be very careful because Renegades have a lot of progress here. They have 3 players up inside of the connector. Make that 2 now as Automatic will come in with the UMP to take down another man. JKS trying to split out the Palace, and he spots ahead of Rush. Good shot as well. Now they're going to start to move out into A, and out of absolutely nowhere, Renegades have got themselves a hell of a lot of control. The issue is the bomb dropped in middle, and Cloud9 have rotated Tarek back up through short to try and support Automatic in the window. He may be low, but they can hold this crossfire and stop the bomb from going back towards the A bomb site. Although Tarek, a crucial miss. Automatic, the same story, and Renegades, they take the second.
And there is that illustration of if Nat can provide now an opening up for his team. Things were looking grim. They got mid-control, they got into connector, but they weren't able to crack open the egg that was the A-bomb site. They were kind of just getting picked apart. They didn't seem to really be flowing well on peaking simultaneously, but then Naf just comes out swinging. Winds up with 4 kills on the round, including 2 really key kills to open up that A-bomb site. And then when things got scary because the bomb was left behind middle, he still saves the day. So he was the open and the close right there for RNG. And now it's tied up 2-all, but Skadoodle's looking to go hunting here. He's found one already.
And the best part about this is Cloud9 have a proper buy. They have the rifles back in that they lacked in the previous round, so this is definitely going to be their opportunity to actually get the reset once again onto Renegades for the second time in only 5 rounds. And they're poised perfectly to do so with Ustilo dead and Azza tagged.
Yeah, both economies are fragile here if we're 100% honest. I mean, no one streaked together rounds yet, except for the 2 in a row there for C9, but it's definitely up for grabs as far as who can start controlling the early portion of this game. It's going to take a couple of rounds in a row to do it, though. So we do see Renegades already a man down, looking to transition to some type of A execute. They have 1 player underpass. They still do have NAF playing over at the top of middle as well, so no commitment just yet, but it seems like they're going to shuffle NAF over through T-spawn, so it seems like A is going to be the intended target here.
This is something they did very commonly. They went for a lot of just walkout A ramps every single round on this T side when they played them in the group stages. They didn't go for the smoke executes as much as we would have liked. They just kind of just did this. Look, they're just walking out of ramp with nothing. And Cloud9 playing passive on A in the sense that we've got Rush towards CT spawn, we've got the other players up towards jungle, not really contesting, but Skadoodle peeks up with the AWP and he grabs another kill. That's 2 now. The AWP for Cloud9, and only 2 left for Renegades as they're forced to make a play. They're running out of options and running out of time. 20 seconds left, Rush finds another head, and Nafly, he doesn't want to go down dead, so he looks to save.
Indeed, Cloud9, they reset Renegades back, and they avoid their own reset coming in again, so this is great news for them. They retain 5 players, it's the biggest thing. So you can see the money's low for both sides. The fact that Cloud9 don't have to do that much rebuying into this next round, I mean, I'm sure they'll buy up utility, but they don't have to worry about purchasing rifles once more, so maybe that'll help them start settling in here as Renegades, They have that 1 AK head armor on Nafly, but it's about what do they want to surround it with? Do they want to surround it with anything, or do they just want to kind of stay conservative? It appears they will be very conservative. It's going to be 2 Glocks, a Deagle, and a CZ, as a Dicket armor behind his CZ, but that's about it. And Skadoodle's already knocked the AK down from Naf, but Nifty's there to pick it right back up. Or will he fancy his chances on a peak again?
Yeah, dangerous here, and he's got no armor as well, so if he comes up against a rifle, that's going to add to the danger. Azza should probably be taking that gun, even with Nifty being the most effective player from this team so far this event and in just recent performance. And I'm just waiting for him to get on that AWP. That's what I look to most on Renegades, because he has just been tearing up today in not only the group stages, but the best of 3 versus Optic earlier on. Yeah,
it certainly hurt that they're on the back foot economically, so they can't get that op out as fast as they probably would like to, because he's definitely the other big action creator besides Naf or Azza on this team to kind of get them going. So we'll see how it pans out. So we're looking to really flood underpass right now. They might do a window boost, or they could just be looking to try to flood up connector. See what they can find.
I like how passive Stewie's playing here. He's sat up in the passive jungle position, just spotting window for the boost. He's not really playing to fight middle. They don't need to. They're up against pistols. Just let Renegades go for the boost, bait them into doing so, and Stewie's going to be poised to deal with this one. Peeping back in, and good timing as well. Takes down Azza, trying to check the close corner, and Cloud9. That's a gun dropped in no man's land. Renegades attempt to retrieve it with yet another boost, but they're just walking to Stewie once more. He's going to be wrapped towards the connector, and it's automatic to rotate in through market. Good timing on that B leave. As now 1 by 1, Renegades just going to be shut down, and it's Stewie to find 3 frags in the round. Cloud9 take 4.
Indeed they do. They're starting to hit a little bit of a rhythm now, but Renegades still can't really buy here, to be quite honest with you. I mean, most of them are hovering around the low to mid $3,000 range, so they have to take essentially another save. They may buy down a little bit, but you should be expecting them to, again, just be making sure they get their cash in order for that next round to get that AWP in the hands of Nifty and to start being able to get a little bit more options out of their playbook, you know, to have more at their disposal, have some more options, because right now it's been very limited what they've been able to throw at Cloud9. As they are going to be going for a gather over here at B. Tarek playing up close as he normally does with the AK, fixed on that smoke. And how will it pan out? He'll put it down again.
He has a Molotov to play with, but Renegades, they're going to be playing contact. As soon as the flash goes over, they can burst. And Tarek, he starts spraying. They've got to be careful. Tagged is Nifty. But luckily, he's only on a Glock, so it's not the end of the world. The deep molly will hold them back, but it actually extinguishes in the smoke. Yeah. That's a mistake from Tarek, but Renegade's actually reconsidering here. They know he's playing aggressive. They know the flashbangs aren't going to work on him as well, but look at this push-up from Stewie. He's perfectly poised to deal with this one, shutting them down in middle. They're not even going to check this, or it's very unlikely, because Renegades shouldn't expect him to be in his position. They do. It doesn't matter anyway. 2 frags with Stewie, and while the trade comes in, no one's armored, so that M4 is still not going to be the best situation for Renegades. They continue to push back in through middle, and actually reroute back towards B, but Tarek's begun his, Automatic's begun his aggression up in the apartment. So Renegades have to retake another portion of the map that they shouldn't be giving away. And it's all due to the reconsideration here from this T side. Now only left to 2 players. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and 30 seconds on the clock. They slow things down. Cloud9 not giving them an inch. Automatic going to begin to wrap lower. He finds the bomb, drops it in the open, and Ustillo, frankly, he just has not got time. He needs to die to get that loss bonus. I mean, he can save the M4, but it's very difficult with so many American players all around him, and Automatic cleans it. So Cloud9, again, another nice anti-eco.
Yeah, here's finally what Renegades can get something going, though. It's going to be getting out the guns finally, and it includes an AWP in the hands of Nifty, I would imagine, though I guess they could decide to go 5 AKs in utility if they have a particular tactic in mind, but nope, Nifty will have the AWP. He's actually 2-7 right now, and really no one's got off to a hot start here for Renegades. So we're hoping that Nifty can kind of show us some of that form he had against Optic and throughout this tournament where he was such a big playmaker. They're gathering up at A right away, so it looks like they are going to go ahead and change things up. They're going to team that can play every kind of style of CS with Kassad backing them and Nifty becoming a more experienced caller, being more diverse. They're going to change the pace here, it seems, and look for something fast on the A-bomb site. They have a good amount of utility at their fingertips to exercise whatever the play they feel is best. You see them lining up those smokes now.
Yeah, standard execute for Renegades, and Cloud9 got to be aware. The same setup as always, passive towards CT, but with no smoke down, Skadoodle, he's left free to roam. A kill comes through and he looks for a second, but the flashes will hold him back. It's Nafly to find 2 as well. This man is not stopping here for Renegades. Nifty may be absent so far, but Naf is his replacement. JKS naded and Tarek rushes back in through the smoke, good timing. And he gets a revenge kill on Naf as well. So now Cloud9 are swinging back in the favor, and even further, Tarek, he's tearing heads off left and right, and that's a round over.
Indeed, Tarek really big there on the retake. Renegades electing to really just focus on jungle and connector and kind of leave CT spawn open. They didn't really have enough utility to cover everything, and that allowed Skadoodle a free kill, and also just allowed Cloud9 to leverage an advantage and just kind of roll out together. Great team play to put that one away. Tarek obviously the one that puts the finishing touches on this. Just rotating through bench. That could be so difficult to deal with. That's why you see a lot of teams will also add a Molotov to bench on top of the smoke jungle to make sure that push can't happen. But they just didn't have enough nades to really cover all their bases that time around. So Tarek punishing it. And this is starting to look really good for C9 at this point. I mean, they've won, what, like the last 6 out of 7 rounds or something like that. And so Renegades are starting to kind of fall apart just a little bit. To be fair, they haven't had a whole lot of buy rounds yet this half, so maybe things are still a bit deceiving. They've definitely been under the gun when it comes to what they can work with, but hopefully in due time they'll start getting things sorted out. It would be a shame to see them kind of stumble here as they're starting to get to the finish line of this tournament after doing so well, as they are going to be on CZ's and Armor this round.
Yeah, not much utility back up and back to basics as an ace smoke setup again for Renegades. This time, though, Cloud9 playing a little more passive on this side of the jungle. They've got players in connected. They've got that double AWP as well. So Stewie trying to find the pick in middle with the support from Skadoodle up in the window. So lots of pressure there. And while this is actually aggressive for Cloud9 and AWPs are useful, but Renegades are going to be throwing down smoke. So that kind of limits the vision of these AWPers. This leaves pressure on Rush. Skadoodle was previously in the CT spawn, able to shut the guys down, but now it's going to be the M4 instead, and he just falls back. I like it. Play for the retake. Smoke's down, and Stewie starting things off. The CZ's not going to be great to spam through them as well. And while the plant comes through, Renegades are yet to find any success. They need to get some kills and some rifles back in their hands, as Cloud9 are just looking to group and play this one as a team. And now Renegade's going to force the fight, and they do so well. Azza and Nifty grab a kill each, and Tarek looks to come back in, but nothing. The CZs reign supreme, and the double up setup on the retake is definitely not favorable for Cloud9. 2 players left to come back in. They'll have to stick the bomb out of clear desperateness, and I don't think it's going to work out. He's just going to get knifed. Automatic goes down. It's the shank for Renegades.
I like the play call from Renegades there. It was something that's eerily familiar to what Kaboom used to do back at X Games Aspen. Was kind of like the 5 smoke setup on Mirage, where instead of just smoking CT jungle and stairs, you look to throw deeper smokes at jungle and connector, and you look to fight there actively. And you kind of leave CT spawn open, but you have that straight line of smokes through the site to make sure you can plant and cover, and then you just play from jungle connector. You make that your main focus, and it's something that Cloud9 also like to do, to be honest. I've seen them throw it a couple times with this lineup, so it's a nice little curveball to throw in, especially in a round they didn't have that much to work with, so they had to come up with something a little bit tricky, and it pans out for them there. That's a big round to win. It gets them maybe back into this. Now they have double op, surprisingly enough. It's going to be Naf taking the second one. They don't run double op often on T-side on Mirage. This kind of throws me off a little bit. Maybe they just picked up a second one because obviously Stewie and Skadoodle had double op in the previous round, so I'm not sure. We'll have to see what they decide to do with it. Again, I've never seen them do this.
It was more the case of them just saving it because obviously they killed 2
all had
AWPers
CZs,
and they couldn't find guns, and there were only 4 people alive, so they couldn't take a bunch of rifles back. So they're just kind of making do with what they have instead of wanting to reinvest. It's not the end of the world. All it takes is either 1 death or 1 kill, and they can hopefully upgrade one of those AWPs to an M4 or an AK and just change things up.
Interesting enough, they have Nifty actually looking for a pick out of Palace instead of being with the main group, so kind of a lurking op in this round. But Nifty does like to change up his positions a lot and try to see if he can have impact all across the map. So they will be setting up some smokes here. It's Nifty doing the window room smoke from T-spawn, so they're faking some type of mid-control play. Or maybe they're looking to take mid and split B, but it seems like everyone is getting apartments. But look at this push from Stewie.
It's so deep. He's gone all the way towards top mid, so now there's so much control towards B, and Tarek is going to be able to defend it with his life. 2 kills, and eventually that's taken away as Automatic rotates back in his position just due to Stewie's push. There's 3 players here, but 20 seconds left. Renegades are running out of time and running out of options. We have a double flank from the back of apartments, and good luck. But Stewie runs in, not expecting it, and Skadoodle only gets the tag as well. Somehow Renegades, they always seem to do this, pulling it it back from Despair is a 3-on-2, and with Skadoodle so low and a control towards the apartment, but it's a molly. That may make Cloud9 reconsider this push back in. Nifty's been spotted as his barrel is exposed, and Rush grabs 1 and 2. It's massive, and Cloud9 are back in, back and forth for both teams, but it's the North Americans to take it away.
My goodness, what an emotional roller coaster ride that round was for probably everyone out there. I mean, it looked great. Tarek was popping off kills. You had Stewie flanking. It looked like things were going to go their way, but then somehow Renegades, they crack it open. They get in there. They stop the flank. They catch Stewie. It's looking like it might go their way, but then Rush, he picks it up there in the end, and Cloud9 still come up with the round anyhow. And man, oh man, they reset Renegades right back. But luckily for Renegades, they had basically carried two ops and 2 M4s, so they didn't spend a lot of money to get guns in that previous round, so they still have the money to buy into this one. Plus, I think they had the bomb plan as well there, so that certainly helped it out.
Definitely going to give a nice boost to Renegades, but it's the AWP from Nifty already dead. This is a man that has been carrying Renegades through thick and thin, and this time he needs to step up. And currently having a slow start to this game, that needs to change as Renegades are left down to 4 AKs. Missed shot from Tarek, and he'll pay his life as the price, as Azza takes him down. Renegades can get a little more control towards the A site. Rush, smoking the molly, try and put it out, but it gives away his position. Luckily, no one from Renegades is committed just yet. They're only just making it through the jungle. And Azza, he doubles down 2 frags. Renegades have the A bomb site, but they don't have short, and that's where Skadoodle is rotating through. He's found 1. Automatics in CT as well. Cloud9 not in the worst of positions given the players left standing here for Renegades, and they're actually going to pull it back into contention somehow. Cloud9 win the 3v3 without too much hassle.
This is so fun to watch because you can't fault Renegades. They definitely tried to throw different things at Cloud9. They've tried to give them different looks. They've run a bunch of different plays. They haven't been repetitive. They haven't, just played default every time. They certainly look to be crafty, but Cloud9's team play has just been so on point in tight situations. Even there, you're seeing Renegades start to get in. The people are getting smoked off. It's not looking good, but Cloud9 had some great counter flashes there. I mean, right when Renegades looked like they were about to push into CT spawn, a pop flash comes in, kind of saves. They allow the CT slope player to be able to get a kill, and as well as get a nade out and do some damage. And Skadoodle pops off with the op from Catwalk. Ska's actually been incredibly on point in this game with the AWP. I feel like he's definitely had several impact frags here on the CT side. He is up there on the scoreboard as well at 10 kills. Obviously, Automatic and Stewie leading the pack, but everyone from C9 is definitely chiming in here on this defense, and they're looking really sharp.
Renegades are back to basic CZs and Deagles. They've done this before, but they had a little bit more in terms of utility and armor. Plus, they're going towards a completely different site, and that raises all new questions for the Aussies. As Automatic is close up in the apartments, he's going to be here with the UMP, so good to get rid of these pistol players, especially the armorless ones. And no one has head armor as well, so no one's really well equipped. But Azza's still able to get that kill. Luckily for Skadoodle, he's there to trade, so quickly peeks out from the window and pulls it back to a 4-on-4. But again, with Renegades having limited weaponry into this round, every kill is good. Even if it's traded, if Renegades can just take 1v1s and win them out to some regard, just keep Cloud9's economy at bay, it can benefit them long term.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get anything going here. There are 2 remaining players here just still kind of sitting in B apartments behind the smoke. As it fades, they may be looking to come forward, but Automatic is going to be holding an off angle here with the UMP, just kind of edging out, putting that crosshair in just the right place to catch a face as it starts to protrude out this doorway, as they're looking to see if they can't crack open and get a bomb plant, but Automatic, willing and waiting, dishes out a couple of headshots and puts that round away. And here's the thing, when these 2 teams played in the group stage, the way Renegades wound up edging out Cloud9 16-14 was they made some really key T-side adjustments. They called a couple of really good tactics to tie up the game. I think C9 was ahead 13-11. Then Renegades called like 2 really awesome plays to tie it up 13-all and then kind of just move it forward from there. The difference in this game is Cloud9 is reading these adjustments and they're responding to them very well, and they're just out-fragging Renegades across the board. And on top of all of that, Renegades has been reset 3 times.
I would say as well as that, right, we've seen a lot of double opening for Cloud9. That's something they didn't throw into the game previously. And as well, if you think back, Renegades, they took a lot of mid control and they pressure Cloud9, and then that allowed constantly, round after round, them to just sneak walk out ramp because the pressure from Cloud9 was in mid. They were trying to hold down this mid control from Renegades. This time they can't take mid as easily because we have this double AWPing, and therefore they can't sneak out A. Skadoodle, though, this time he'll fall. It's Nifty sparking things up for Renegades, and he needs to continue, as do the rest of the teams. 5-on-4 now. Renegades at least with a man advantage. Automatic back up on short, looking to trade here with the UMP. But Renegades are playing very close, and they have trade potential as well with lots of players here. Automatic needs to be careful. He has utility to play with, but Renegades, they're about to flash over. Good flash, but he turns away, and Automatic looks back in for war. He finds one, but his teammate's here. You talk about the team play, and Stewie's at least ready for it, but he's going to get flanked. Swaps out for the UMP because he runs out of ammo, and he can't get the kill into JKS. Now it's all rotating from Tarek, and Rush as well, who's a long way away. This will allow Renegades to get in position. Mere shot for Tarek, at least trying to get back into the site, and he jumps over, but only into his death as he falls into the waiting arms of Azza. This leaves Rush alone. Bomb down for Renegades, and Rush at least snuck in. He'll at least catch the first, but he's got a lot more to do. Second towards the bench, and it's not going to be enough. It's Azza to close out the round with a stunning 2K.
Yeah, and Renegades finally get ahead of Cloud9 in a round. They call another adjustment. This is the first time we've really seen them go for something very heavy towards Catwalk. They throw the deep connector smoke, stair side, block any vision from A site onto Catwalk. They get that smoke down the window, and they also, most importantly, get the opening pick. Nifty takes down Ska's op on Cat. It opens up an avenue. I thought they handled the situation really well on Cat as well. You saw, I think it was Automatic and then Stewie just kind of double peeked off, but Renegade's actually able to trade that out pretty efficiently, and so they finally have something go their way. But here's the thing, they've had other rounds this half, they've never been able to connect them. It's been reset after reset after reset, and they can't have that happen again going into the final couple of rounds of this half. They need to, get something going here, try to streak it out, try to win out the half, get to those 6 rounds. That would be so important for them. C9, meanwhile, looking to see if they can't get things right back in their favor. They've played so well this half.
Stewie has to watch his backside. Does have support from Automatic on short, but we have a player coming out of underpass, so Renegade's looking to split mid from the top and the bottom. Stewie's still committed here, though. He's very confident. Wants to try and get a kill, but confidence killed the cat, or curiosity. But that's the wrong saying.
We'll forget about that.
Yeah, let's just move on,
let that
right?
one slide.
Let's just move away.
There you go. It's all right.
I used the wrong word. But either way, it's pulled back. Rush gets aggressive up in the Palace, and JKS, he's going to fall. So Renegades are back into a 4-on-4, and they set their sights back towards the B side of the map. In the meantime, Automatic gets aggressive up into the ladder room, and Renegades still have this pressure on mid due to Azza.
Yeah, a lot of faith being put on Tarek to hold B by himself, as we do have Automatic playing off ladder room, just trying to kind of keep some type of idea of what's going on at middle, maybe catch an underpass play of some kind, but as it already is, as you said, tucked in the connector. There is a push coming from Rush, actually. He's pushed through T-spawn. He could flank behind B-Az. If he catches the right timing, he could definitely have impact on this round, but Azza could also flank, as he's going to be coming through window room, but Skadoodle seems wise to it, but he can't land the shot. And this might help out Renegades in a big way.
But it draws his position away from Tarek. He has to rotate to watch the back line, and that just allows Renegades to run out onto the bomb site. A big mistake from Tarek. He could have attempted to stop the bomb in a one-and-done position, but no, Renegades have now got the plant. And it's a 4-on-2, Cloud9. They've been silenced out of this round. I think that move away from Tarek could have just cost him it, because if he committed to it, if he tried to hide around the back of the site, he could have easily stopped the bomb from going down. And then even if he died, Rush could have just stayed alive to win it. But he's stuck in a 1v3. While he's found the first and the second, it's still a huge ask for him. 5 bullets left, has to get that reload in before he takes the next fight, I imagine, and time is already going to be the main issue, so he has to move back. But already he's being flanked as well. It's Azza moving back up through short, surely going to be heard, and Rush knows exactly what's up, so he's going to be ready and waiting, doing more damage, but eventually traded. Doesn't matter, Renegades have a round, and it's a round that they've really needed as we get to the latter stages of the half.
Yeah, Nifty's starting to come alive with his AWP, starting to find some opening picks. That's giving a little bit more room for Renegades to work with, something they haven't had throughout the bulk of this game, so you have to give him a lot of props. He's starting to get back up there again. I think that round would have been much different if Ska hits that shot on Azza in window. I think that would have made things a little bit tense, and it could have certainly turned the balance, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. Azza takes that kill. Renegades take a round, and now it's 1 left in this half as Renegades are starting to piece something together here towards the end, and they have Cloud9 up against the ropes, just some CZs and up, but to be fair, CZs are nuts, so I can't really just give it straight to Renegades. You never know.
As Launders said in the green room, if they have a CZ buy, is it even an eco?
Yeah.
Well, aggression works out for Rush, 1 kill. The bomb spotted as well. Now look at the drawback from Cloud9. They move 3 players off of the B bomb site just off the back of that bomb. I'd like to see Renegades just draw back and rotate, because now Cloud9 are going to be poised perfectly for this A-side attack. And Renegades is still committing with it. They've taken Ustillo as well. They're looking to split Nafli through the top of middle. And they're about to walk into a 4-man stack from the Cloud9 side. Yes, a couple of them are in window and CT spawn, but they have a lot of defense here, considering they had a triple B setup early on.
Yeah.
Cloud9 looking a lot better.
The one thing is they have a lot of Molotovs if they want to like clear out gimmicky angles like under balcony or sandwich or different things like that. So that could help them clear out some space and let them focus up on just a couple of specific angles. So it still may not be that bad. They also have an op to kind of post up on jungle. So anyone fighting from distance with the CZ should go down the Nifty here. It's really going to hinge on what Ska can do with this CZ up close. You know, if he's able to pop off a kill or two and slow things down, because Renegades have stalled out for this long, Cloud9 have to respect the fact it still could be B, so they've had to rotate players back, and that's just really opening up more space for Renegades with Stewie. He gets a kill. Ska's in a perfect position to get one as well. He does. And this is actually getting a little bit worrisome for Renegades.
Yes, we could stop this all right now, but he misses a spray. It allows them to cross it with no nades up for Cloud9. They can't stop the bomb from going down, but they can at least get back into the site. Ustilo tries to hold on, but it's Stewie, the man of the hour for Cloud9, stepping up once again. It's 3 kills, a bit of BM, and a nice defuse to find 10 rounds for the half for Cloud9. This is definitely not the same scoreline we saw when we saw these two teams play Mirage in the group stage. Cloud9 looking a hell of a lot more crisp.
Yeah, again, I think the big difference between this meeting on Mirage and the one that Renegades won earlier in this tournament was the fact that Renegades were able to outgame Cloud9 tactically. They made really big adjustments. They called just the right strats to kind of adjust to what Cloud9 was doing defensively. But in this game, Cloud9 seemed always ahead of the curve. I think particularly their team play was on point. They reacted to chaos very well. They never really got caught off guard. You know, when Renegades do a tactic, and they always seem to make the right response, whether it be, okay, let's just kind of retreat and play for retake. We don't really have the option to kind of defend this straight up or what have you. They just, you know, made all the right moments. And again, I think they out-fragged Renegades, you know, pretty much across the board. Again, don't want to harp on this, but it must be said that getting reset so many times in the half also doesn't do you any favors. You don't get Nifty the op as often. You don't have as much utility to work with, so that certainly hurts as well.
And that was a problem we saw the same with Optic as well in their first map earlier on today in the semi-finals. You know, they only picked up, well, they got the first 5 rounds, opened it up quite well versus Renegades. It was then on they only picked up 2 buys across the rest of the map, and they were both straight up reset. You know, their money was so low the entire game. Renegades had really good control over that.
And here's the crazy thing. I mean, if Cloud9 steal this map away, next up is Train, and Cloud9 are fantastic on Train. They're a very good aggressive team. They have great track record on online and offline. Meanwhile, Renegades, their online record is pretty much a mixed bag, and offline also pretty, you know, mixed results. So I don't know, man. This is looking a little bit dangerous for Renegades in these grand finals. They need to find a way to fight back in this map if they want to have a better chance of things. I guess that's obvious, but when you think about the maps that are coming up, it certainly rings true. But C9, they're off to a fantastic start, that's for sure. I'm sure the fans out there are quite pleased.
Yeah, they definitely want to prove their position as one of the best teams in North America, and they're starting to do so. But Nifty, he has other ideas. Shuts down Tarek on the window boost. Stewie going to react by rushing connector, but he has to watch his backside because there's a player pushed up short. That's Azza. Stewie just going to rush into the window room, and they have no idea. Azza didn't communicate it, and Renegade's now getting shot in the back of the head. Rush as well follows up onto B, and they've split onto the site fantastically as Renegades attempt to rotate back in. It's Naflight to find a kill, but traded once again. Renegades down to a 2-on-2. JKS with a quick shot, and Stewie, the bomb's not for him. They may not have the kit player on the bomb, so JKS swaps with the smoke down, but Stewie, he's gone for the knife. He's going to go for it, and he does it. Stewie, he might find this clutch, and he goes again for more. It's trading back and forth, but Stewie, he finds a clutch, he finds a round, and Cloud9 with a second pistol.
Oh, and he's fired up. You see him standing up. He's talking to Renegades. He wants them to know he's in this damn server, and what a crazy amount of shenanigans that whole knife exchange was.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, he's getting the chant, too. He's been playing so well for this team. You can't blame the crowd for being excited about that one. He's topping the boards here on Mirage, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, great work there from him.
19 frags. It's on the server as well, as you would expect.
He also just got like a shit ton of money, if we're 100% honest there. What's that, 3K just from knife frags? So, I mean,
Orb second round, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, there's no more tilting than that.
$7,000 at the start of the round. A pause. I'm imagining Renegades need to de-tilt after that round. Maybe. I don't blame them.
It definitely could be the case, as we do see a lot of happy fans out there here in Santa Ana at the esports arena. We appreciate all of you for hanging out, as well as those of you who are watching out on the stream. There is no second round op. I hate to break it to you, Hugo. It didn't happen.
I would have loved to seen it, but it does allow for an AK. Stewie, rifles up, Renegades, pistols in, and Nafly already the Deeg into middle. Automatic drop, but it's out of range. They can't retrieve the gun. Still, though, Renegades take the man advantage. It's a small victory, at least for now. However, can they convert it?
Yeah, it's the big question. Can they follow that up with some of these CZs? They also have the scout out there on Nifty. It can be a killer and also an assist master. You know, eat somebody up with it a little bit, let someone finish it off with a pistol later. So definitely can be posing a threat in this round. C9 do have to be careful about things. They do have Rush parked outside A, his normal default position. The rest coming up connector. Just working their way in now. It's passive positions for Renegades, so it's giving Cloud9 a bit of space. Oh, JKS.
Oh no, he catches them, and he's going to drop the bomb as well. 2 frags in, looks for more, and he gets a dink, but runs out of ammo. Doesn't matter. Nifty's there. You say the Tagmeister, and he finds it himself. That leaves Rush alone. Renegades off the back of the 1-dig, and JKS's heroics. They may have found this round. They will. Nafly closes it out, and Renegades are up to 6. We talked about this earlier, Dust. We said, you know, this has been fairly clean in conversion so far, but this match is definitely not the same.
Not the case, and Renegades love having that, especially after what happened in the first round with Stewie getting the knife kills and just the way the first half played out overall. Getting a round like that can help you get your heart back into it, as we do have another pause coming out here. Not sure if this is another tactical or technical. Looks like it's a technical problem out here from the Renegade side, so we'll wait it out here and kind of see what's going to happen. I'm curious what Cloud9 want to do with all that money they have of Stewie's kills. They don't spin too heavily into this, but they do have a scout and a couple of guns and a couple of armor, so they're going to take a different approach than Renegades. Renegades, when they lost, you know, the second round, they just kind of decided that, okay, we'll just wait it out. But Cloud9 looking to fight right back.
I think that's more off the back of them having, you know, a little bit more money to spare as well. You know, Cloud9 are in a bit more of an awkward spot, and so we'll be seeing how this round will shape up moving forward. This is Renegade's lifeline, right? The pistol going the way of Cloud9 kind of goes, it kind of makes you think, okay, right, this is where Cloud9 just swoop ahead, they take the lead and, you know, even further, and they close out the game. But now with Renegades given a lifeline, they could realistically bring this back to a fairly close scoreline just off the back of these anti-ecos, right? Because they're going to get this by, then they get an eco for Cloud9. That's potentially 11-8, far better than how it looked at the 11-5.
Yeah, Renegades are starting to crack the door back open, it appears. But look at Tarek, he's looking for something magical with this scout over at upper B. As they're all spread out across the map, Cloud9. They're just looking for picks with the Eagles right now, and they don't really have any game plan in mind. It's more about let's rank S this round. I mean, that's basically what we're going to watch here. And Automatic does find one with the Deagle. Tarek does go down, though, in the process, but Stewie's able to collect that scout and see if he can't put it to good use.
And slow from Cloud9. They're not given a lot of options, and Renegades are using their utility quite well so far. So Cloud9 just held back by the smokes, but eventually that's going to start to diminish. We have a Molotov and a smoke left here on Renegade, so limited. Automatic still with his own utility, and we're going to be looking for him to make the difference. He's the man outside of ramp, but Rush is making all the difference on the A-bomb site. 1 kill. Nice trade from Nafly as he rotates back in through jungle, but the Molotov will keep him at bay. Can't push any further. Skadoodle, in the meantime, attempted to split connector, but Renegades still have short control, so they should be able to get this kill in theory. However, we've seen crazier things. Skadoodle actually taking his time. This is definitely an A commitment, so we should be seeing him come through the connector sooner rather than later in the blind. Nafly, he's sitting in the Molotov. It may spread, but he should just get away with his life for the time being. That's massive. And while the bomb does go down here for the Cloud9 side, Renegades are still equipped well enough for the retake. The issue is going to be Skadoodle. He is the snake in the grass here, trying to hold off on the rotations coming in through middle, and they need to try and find him ASAP. They check the corner, and it doesn't matter. 1 kill and 2 for Skadoodle. Shuts it down, and Stewie even with the scout. Somehow Cloud9 take it away.
Oh, they're not going to give up any easy room here for Renegades. They strike right back with the force fire of their own, and now they make this game 12-6. Just when Renegades thinks they're starting to creep back in, Cloud9 slam the door in their face. Big round out of Skidoo with that Deagle in connector, and a big round in general for Cloud9 as we do take a second look at that one. Just getting up on top of the box, making it even harder to be cleared, and he helps put that one away. C9 looking to take this map away from Renegades. What do Renegades want to do here? Renegades on their CT side, when they won in the group stage against C9, was really, I feel, based on the fact that they were able to play really well aggressive mid setups.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder if we'll see that once they're able to get some money in their wallets. But for right now, it's going to be pretty much a full save here for Renegades. I do see a CZ out on Ustillo, but looks like everyone else is sticking with USPs. Yeah, and they need to. They don't have any cash.
Here's a little bit more money, but I imagine Az is going to be throwing over the AWP when we get that in. He's on 3,500, whereas Nifty's 15, so, you know, the pressure shouldn't be on him. He can get that dropped. And Cloud9 keeping this one close, but back and forth. is the name of the game so far. Renegades with the A stack, and Nifty just silenced in middle by the smoke. It gives Cloud9 all the room to play with, and with the current trajectory of the setup for this T side, they're just looking to split up through short. 2 players in middle keeping the distraction, and Cloud9 sending the bomb in through apartments. Renegades are none the wiser, and it's one of those rounds where you hear the bomb plant go off and you go, damn it, you know, that 50-50 didn't work out.
Yeah, it's your best chance to win, though, so you can't fault them for it. It's just unfortunate. It's like, you know, someone flips a coin, you call heads, unfortunately it landed tails, and there's not much you can do about it. And the thing is with Cloud9, Cloud9 is a team that's very different from Renegades on this map. I think Renegades are very balanced. They are very diverse. They almost throw you something different every round. They can play a lot of defaults, and they like to. But Cloud9 almost always goes for some type of fast-paced execute. They have some type of lean, one direction or the other. A lot of executes that they have at their disposal. They like to swarm and trade, so that's going to make them a bit different. It's at the forefront of their strategy rather than getting mixed in like it is for Renegades.
Yeah, just cleaning up kills now for Cloud9. It's the money farm game. Well, they've only got rifles in. It's still good enough because Renegades aren't putting up any numbers. Yustilo's the only man with the upgraded pistol, but currently not looking like he's going to find too much off the back of it. No one's overextending for Cloud9, and they're still staying grouped, so no guns will be able to be saved for Renegades, even if they find a couple of odd kills here and there. Tara got to be careful, but he spots a leg, and that's a good kill as well. Yustilo dead, so the real threat of Renegades has been removed, and that just leaves Nafly spotted as well. 3 players trained on his position. Good luck is what I'll say. And while he may find Tarek, he should just get away with his life. So nice round from Cloud9, flawless again. And this is something that we saw in the first half. They had so much money.
Yeah, again, they had a lot more, you know, options. Had the luxury of having plenty of money to spend from. That seems like it's going to be the case again and again. Renegades, the reason why they struggled so much in the first half is how many times they got reset. They never really had, you know, the capital to make investments. And it's like it's going to be the same exact story in this half unless they can start stringing together some rounds in a row. But it's never going to be easy if Cloud9 keeps ahead of you like this and always has the better purchases. As again, Cloud9 looking to move fast and swift. Nifty had no idea as to who would be there in his face like that. And look at Cloud9 just rapidly putting frags out and across the board. Renegades doesn't even have a chance to react before they're bodied. It's just Yustilo left.
Ridiculous. Speeding up the pace. They want to end this game here and now. And to take into account, this is Renegades map pick. This is the one we thought, or at least I thought, they should be taking. With Cloud9 showing up with such an insane performance on Mirage, you know, while we're not done by any means, once we move to Train, things are going to start to look a little bit more worrying for Renegades if Cloud9 do continue.
I had C9 favored on Train for sure. I thought that Renegades' only chance to win this finals was to take Mirage and get this to a third map and hope for the best there. But with Cloud9 playing this way, it's looking really, really tough on Renegades. Hopefully they can keep their composure about them. They've played so well this tournament. They've played so well lately in general. They've really been, you know, improving at a pretty good rate. So I hope that they won't let this shake them. But C9, they are just 2 rounds away from taking this. They're going to keep that fast-paced play up. Again, that is the identity of C9. They're going to get in your face. And look at Renegades. They're going aggressive mid, but it may get bypassed. But automatic, he's definitely going to get pressured.
Oh, but they don't inspect him. They think he's already at the cross, but he's actually made his way to the box. 2 kills. And while it will be traded by Yustilo, Tarek's already found an opener on the A bomb site. So that's just opened up all these opportunities for Cloud9 as they take a hell of a lot of real estate. Nifty, quick dig in response, but he's forced out by the Molotov. Could have gone back, but instead he commits forward. Again, we've seen him in this exact position, not going to be punished by the flames as he makes his way through with 39 HP. Still, though, Renegades, is this even a doable round? They probably just have to straight up save. Yustilo's already fallen back. Nifty's going to join in with the AK as well, taking off the body. It's Cloud9 up to map point.
Yeah, just no kit, not that much utility, not really in the right positions, and you're a man down, and you know that you have to win out from this point forward, so you got to give yourself a chance, and holding on to these AKs and head armor is definitely the right call to at least have a little bit of something to work with in this last round of the half, or what could potentially be the last round of this map. We'll have to see. As Cloud9, again, they don't show any signs of slowing down. I'm imagining they're going to keep that fast-paced play up going into this next round as well. And they're going to make Renegades, they're going to force Renegades to do something before they're going to respect them, right? You have to make us respect you. Right now, we're running all over you.
I mean, why would they respect them when they're able to just burst out into bomb sites like that and just get kills for free? You know, Renegades aren't really contesting at all. So Cloud9, they can just continue to run the same loose style.
Yeah, not only that, but what firepower does Renegades even have to contest them? I mean, you have to think about that as well. Luckily, Renegades does have a bit more going into this, but still no op. And Nifty actually stuck on a UMP, so definitely slim pickings, but we'll see what they can put together. They're getting aggressive at A ramp, so at least denying a little bit of space to Cloud9. We'll see if that holds.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do this, right? They need to throw in something special. And I like the versatility of Cloud9. They go for 2 very fast execute rounds, and then they just slow things down. They go, okay, Renegades, they're likely going to throw in a curveball, likely going to be playing up close again. So let's just hold a default, see what Renegades show into this round. Let Stewie roam free. Let him do his thing. That's exactly what's going on down B. The rest of Cloud9 holding back passive, and yeah, Renegades show the aggression, and Cloud9 punish them for it. Nifty almost killed, and the spray through the smoke will finish off the job. Added to the damage done by the nade, Tarek will find the shot. And Cloud9, they're just given a 3-man advantage.
And they have full mid control as well, so Automatic can start working his way up connector. There was a player, Ticket Booth, who peeked off and did some damage, but Cloud9 still have the numbers and holding mid, having presence outside A. They've already picked up one pushing A, and they can take their time. They still have 45 seconds.
Yeah. No pressure. They're still going to start to pressure as they push up through A. Ramp as well. We've got JKS playing close. He needs to go big. And Azza needs to hold the split as well, as Renegades are running out of options. And Cloud9 running out of time. But that kill will certainly make up for it. Rush with 1. An attempt at reconverting the spray, but JKS only gets 1 before he dies. And Azza needs to go big, but only falls to the AWP Skadoodle, leaving Nustillo. They still don't have utility, but they may have the map. It's Cloud9 up to 16 and Renegades 10 below. What a ridiculous first map for Cloud9. So much confidence.
Oh, yeah, they definitely played their hearts out there. Fantastic work from the entire lineup, really. Obviously, Stewie was there up top with a little bit over 20 frags, but to be honest, everyone was in the mid to high teens on this team. Their frag distribution was quite tight. They out-fragged Renegades man for man, every single player. And dominant performance here on Mirage from Cloud9. They never really looked out of control in this game, and everything looked so easy for them. Yeah, there was a couple of scrappy beginnings to each half, which made things interesting, but after those initial few rounds kind of exchanged, it was Cloud9 taking control of the half and then, you know, just sprinting onwards to the finish line.
I'm just very impressed with that as well. You know, to come back from a 16-14 like it was for Renegades previously in the group stage on Mirage, and then Cloud9 to just completely decimate them and go, no, we don't care about that previous matchup. It doesn't matter. We're confident. We want to win this grand final. We want to prove we're the best team at this event. And so far, they're doing that.
Yeah, again, coming into this event, the storyline was, who's the best team in NA? Is it Liquid or is it Cloud9? Both teams were having some decent international results there, particularly E-League Premier for Cloud9, particularly for Liquid, it was New York and Mykonos. But it was Liquid beating them online. So is it Liquid better or is it Cloud9? Now Cloud9 have taken care of Liquid in the semifinals and in a 2-1 series, and now they're looking to win the title and say, we are it.
I mean, that was the supposed grand final that came up in the semis due to Cloud9 falling out in the group stage to Renegade and coming in second place. We were expecting to see these two North American teams here in the final, but no, Renegades are obviously coming off the back of 2 impressive victories at both the Asia Minor and Shanghai, and now coming here, making it to the grand final for 3 events in a row. You know, some would say that they would be expected to win this just off the back of their momentum from the previous events, but Cloud9, they just want to close this out ASAP.
Yeah, Renegades have looked so good throughout this tournament. I hope they don't wither away. I hope they put up a fight in this next match because they definitely have played well here. But Cloud9 just too strong here in Mirage. Again, a couple of quick highlights. Team play was fantastic on CT side. Every single adjustment Renegades made, Cloud9 adapted to it. They were ahead of the game this time mentally.